Papa John's getting a divorce. I figured something was wrong with him. You look at him, he just looks bad. Talking about he ate 40 pizzas in 30 days. Talking about his old company, saying they changed the recipe. I told you he's stealing resources from that company somehow. Now, in the article I read, his wife, or soon-to-be ex-wife, made a remark about he doesn't work. Well, he was removed from his company because of his N-word controversy. And he's worth $500 million. So I first thought, well, he doesn't need to work. But when you think about it, men like him in positions like he had, their entire identity is wrapped up in their job. I've always said a woman's feelings and a man's ego are the most fragile things on earth. And so if his ego is bruised, he becomes a completely different person. And so he got removed from his company. That was his identity, Papa John's. And so you can imagine that now he is in a position where maybe he feels lost. Maybe he feels, less than a man and blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, he starts with the Three of Swords. So this is their divorce, separation. We're just going to take a look and see why they're getting divorced and what's happening there. Page of Cups. Emotional surprise. So I think that when you couple these, well, let's see this one. Ten of Pentacles, yeah. The money, the legacy, the family. When you couple these two together, and the loss of his career, the loss of his identity, he became a completely different person. And I think this was going on for a while. This was not, at least in the past 3 years anyway. And so, well, yeah, that's when Trump got elected, and that's when Papa John's emerged as this conservative who would love to pay less than minimum wage to his employees, but he has a $20 million mansion and all this kind of stuff. And so he came out as sort of a reason why people don't like conservatives, because of greed and all this other stuff. So his identity changed over the past 3 years, and it became too much for the family. Now his kids are grown, so that's not a thing, but like they're splitting up properties right now. There is no child support, so they may have a easy divorce. But him, yeah, this is something from the past, but it's not something from the deep past. This is recent, so that 3 years is still ringing a bell to me. The Fool and the Balance. See, right after Trump got elected, off balance, but this is not Trump, but this is the beginning of his off balance. So I can't even say it was the both of them. I think it was him. He's here in the outcome. The environment is the Moon and the Hierophant. They tried some, some sort of spiritual counseling. That didn't work. But he's about to lose a lot. This is the word of warning. But it will be ending, but she will have a much better transition, but the divorce is going through. Yeah, he's about to lose a lot. So let's look at him post-divorce. because he's not doing well now. So, after the divorce, Papa John, what's your life going to be like? Well, I mean, that's not funny, but depression. You do have a couple of friends and people who are concerned about you that will try to rally around you, but you don't see it. Complacency has sort of set in, this melancholy behavior, and you just kind of don't see the rest of the world around you. Yeah. Your identity is shattered. This is a throne, a stone, which means it sits there. Anybody can sit in it because it's outside the walls of the kingdom. This is not some royal throne. Anybody can, it's like a tourist attraction. You can come take a picture in the throne. He feels it's his, and he's not getting up. This is resistant to change, the Four of Pentacles. Outside the walls of the kingdom. He doesn't know what else to do. His identity is shattered. Mind you, this person has on like a beanie cap instead of a crown. He's not king anymore. His entire world's coming down. There's his legacy. Here at the bottom, here at the base. This is what surrounds him. This is what supports him, is that image. And this is what has completely changed. Outside the walls of the kingdom, he sits in the tourist attraction chair. Brought all his pentacles with him. Or what he has left. Eight of Swords. He feels trapped, abandoned, powerless. The Sun. Now mind you, this crowns the thought. This crowns the reading. These are your thoughts. He wants a better time. He probably longs for a better time. Because his base and his crown is his legacy. That Ten of Pentacles and the Sun. But with the powerless comes indecision. It comes the inability to make a decision. You're stuck and frozen. You don't know what to do. The fear, losing everything. The world is in your environment. Completion, big picture. Five of Cups. He has no solace, again, outside the walls of the kingdom. Is where he stands and weeps for everything he's lost. It's not all lost, but he doesn't see that. And then Five of Pentacles. Thrown out in the cold. Destitute. So, this, out of all of that, These cards did not hold back for you. Out of all that, this is the most important card. Because all is not lost. You can still recoup your image. But you must come to terms with what's in your heart. Because the indecision crosses the heart. The blindfold crosses the eyes, which control the brain. So head over heart, your emotions are both blind, your logic is blind. You need to let go of some things, embrace some other things, understand that Papa John's is just a pizza restaurant now. It does not have to be your legacy, it does not have to be your image going forward. That's my advice to you. Tower on the bottom. This is going to be a very, very rough, bad, horrible, no good, very bad, very horrible, very no good 5 years. If you approach it from the mindset of, oh, woe is me, I don't know what to do. But, oh well.